Welcome back to the Lake City floor job. Well, before I put the plywood down, I'll show you a few things, some minor corrections, and how we do our little insulation over there. Well, let's start with this AC, the air conditioning, the trunk vent, the old vent is gone. We covered it with a piece of tin. There's some corking between the tin and the trunk and duct tape, actually used for duct tape. Over here I've come in from the side with a little vent. There's a photo, $10 elbow, sheet metal elbow down there. Cut a hole in the trunk big enough for the elbow in this passageway. This is the finished vent. That's all it is, piece of metal bent, make a rectangle, screw it to the other metal, we'll screw it to the joist, and I've run it wild, what they call wild. It's too tall, right? It's coming out of the floor way too tall. That's because when we get the final floor in, we'll cut this back. When the final floor comes in, we know exactly where it is. We'll cut this top off, lower that. Then this vent will sit nice and flush on the floor. These vents normally are not screwed to the ductwork. They're just placed in there so that you can get them out and clean them. And as the plywood comes around and we cut this down, you can send a few screws through the ductwork into the plywood, into the sides of the plywood, give it some rigidity. It's in there pretty good. Okay, that's our vent removed. All right, let's talk about this plumbing. This is a mobile home, manufactured home, and it uses this black pipe. This is a different size than the white PVC that you see in regular houses. So you need to find a supply house that has this size of the black, I call it black PVC, it's got another name, I don't know. But upon further review, I noticed that this pipe here was sitting on the ground back here. This whole thing was just sitting on the ground, and put a level on it, and it's not supposed to be on the ground. It's supposed to be way up here to get the proper draining. 1/4 inch fall every 4 feet. So I had to just bring it up, run some strapping. We've got more strapping back over there. But what that's done is set this whole thing way sky high. So for the sink to mount back up here, we'll cut 6 inches, 8 inches, whatever we need, put a coupling, couple of couplings, and bring that whole stack down to where it'll fit under the sink. And we'll leave this since there's no vent from this drain going out the roof, what they've got is an air gap. They call it an air gap. This unit right here lets air in but does not let air out for it to drain. The water needs air behind it to drain properly. So it's a air gap, Schluter vent, something, and we'll save that, because normally this pipe would have a vent that goes up the wall. Well, we got a window, no wonder. So anyways, you can use the Schluter vent in this application. So we've got it up too high, so we'll shorten it. We could do that after the plywood. It's a little more secure with, excuse me. It's a little more secure with some strapping. We're not totally wobbling, and the plywood will help firm it up, and of course when it's all attached. Now let's go do some insulation. So we're using the R13. It's about as small and cheapest as you can get. They don't make a 22-inch wide bat, a special order 6 weeks, so we're just using the 16 to 18-inch thickness to fill one side of the gap, and then cut some small pieces. This size job, this will be all right. And what I've done here is made a little blankie, a little hammock. Staple some plastic up again the joist. Figure how thick you need it. You don't want to compress insulation. It's no good then. And you don't want to spread it too thin. So you make you staple the plastic on the sides, make a little hammock, lay your insulation in there, and then your plywood goes on top. Quick, easy, simple. Now we do have an improvement in our crawl space. It's very roomy down here. It's luxurious. We didn't find any beer cans, gold coins, dead rats. It's pretty clean, just debris. Our supply lines, all of this is going to be in a cabinet someday. Our supply lines are just going to hang for now. They'll be locked in a little tighter. Some of these gaps in the plywood, you can take some of this insulation and stuff it in there, keep the cold draft out. Some use steel wool that keeps the critters out. So we're ready to go. We'll do some insulation and we'll lay some plywood, and we'll show you that next. Me walking around on the 3/4 inch plywood, glued and screwed. Nice. All right. From the floor job in Lake City, Florida. See ya.